Hello, what's up again YouTube? It's your boy Devvy right here, and today I'm here talking to you guys about the iPhone issue I've been having over the past month or so. Now, if you guys have been following up with my channel, you already know that there's a iCloud issue with this device, in particular an iPhone 6s 128 gig, which for some reason after I resetted the device, it reverted back to an Apple ID that wasn't registered under my account. So I contacted Apple support about that, but not only that, about another problem with this iPhone. And this one's actually working, by the way, not iCloud locked or anything. And so this is the conversation we're having, and I'm gonna let you guys hear the conversation before I make comments about it, because to be quite honest with you, I'm not pleased by the conversation. Now, I already knew that he wouldn't be able to assist me with the iCloud locked device, but there was no reason for this person not to assist me, or not to be able to assist me with this device. So we'll be looking at the conversation, or rather I'll be reading the conversation for you. I won't use the person's name, but I asked Apple to send me the transcript of the entire thing, and they sent it to me in my email, so I'll be reading that to you. But before I do that, let me see if I can find the notification. I took a screenshot of it, rather, where I sent it. Alright, so this device that I have in my hand right here, it is having an issue where it's requesting an approval request to be sent. It says, to continue using iCloud on this iPhone, approve it from one of your other devices using iCloud, or enter your iCloud security code. Now, if you guys remember, the other iPhone or Apple device that I have connected to iCloud is this one. This one's iCloud locked. The only other one I have is a 3GS, which is somewhere about the place right now, and it is not functional. Yes, here it is, and it is not functional. As you can see, it's not turning on or anything, and it is charged. It has stopped working. So what other possible iCloud device are they asking for? And I have no security code. So here's the conversation. Let's call him Bob. That's not his name, it's far from his real name, but let's call him Bob. So this is what Bob says. Thanks for contacting Apple support. My name is Bob. Please give me a moment to look over your information. We haven't heard from you in a while. To keep your chat session active, please respond to your Apple advisor and let us know you are still here. I didn't even know he had started sending me this message, and this occurred on June 4, 2019 at 11:55 p.m. The duration of this conversation apparently was 40 minutes and 27 seconds. 40 minutes and 27 seconds, and none of the issues are fixed. Can you believe that? So he says, and I'm going to use, let's say my name is Frank. Not his name, not my name, but let's say my name is Frank. So Bob says, hi there, Frank. How can I help you with today? Not really sure about the grammar right there, but no problem. I say, hi. And I say, I have an iPhone 6s, but it is locked right now. That's this phone. I knew he wouldn't be able to fix that, but I just wanted to see. And I explained. The thing is, a while back, Apple did something to their iCloud, or rather cloud software, which caused it to require some security questions. I created the account years ago, so I didn't remember one of them. So I had to reset the iPhones. Shortly after, I got back into my account and fixed the issue. But when I turned on back the 6s, that is now locked. Well, it was locked, but not with my account details, with someone else. If you have watched my other videos, you would have noticed that it is indeed locked with someone else's iCloud thing. So I said, now I don't know who the person is or how to contact them, but I also can't do without that phone, because you know the new approval requesting on this one. So he says, Okay, just so we are on the same page here, what specifically is on the screen of your device now? A screenshot would greatly help. I sent him a screenshot and said, continued with what I was saying, especially now since the one I am messaging you on has started asking me to log in on another Apple device I own to confirm this one. Oh, I didn't send him it yet. And I said, the activation lock screen I am sending a screenshot. It has also been updated to the latest iOS or the one before it, so I can't do anything about it. I sent him the screenshot after that. Then I said, I really can't lose it because it is a 128 gig iPhone. You all know how important such a massive storage is. And I need it for my studies. I also can't buy a new one at the moment since I have my school fee to pay, which at the time of sending this was very accurate. I bought this one to use in the meantime, but now it's acting up too. Can you help? Now, here's the first thing that showed that he completely didn't understand exactly what I was saying. He told me things I already knew, right? Okay, we cannot remove or assist with removing activation locks via chat. Sorry. Duh. If you are the original owner of this device and you can obtain a copy of the original proof of purchase, you can call us at blah 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 and we may be able to help. 2. You missed the whole screenshot thing that I sent you. This phone can't call nobody right now because it needs the approval request thing. And so when it does pick up service, it's rare. And so I can't even put on credit on the phone to even call. And if that's a toll-free number, I still can't call it because the phone is always out of service. Right now, the only service it's picking up is the Wi-Fi. So that's that. And the phone is unlocked, by the way. He said, if you obtain this device from someone or you're not the first and original owner, you'll need to contact the person it's currently locked to and request they remove the activation lock. Did you listen to me, guy? I don't know who had the phone first. Someone bought the phone, probably gave it to their child, who probably sold it on eBay, from where someone probably bought it and used it, and then sold it to a store, who sold it to someone else, who traded it with me for an iPhone 5. I don't know who the owner of this device originally is, because this iPhone has come across multiple countries. In fact, I received it unlocked and I was using it until Apple changed up something with their cloud thing and caused all of these devices, including a 5S, to be locked. Well, 2 5Ss as well, to be locked. And I had to redo everything on all of them. Of course, this one isn't on iOS 7 or later. It's on iOS 6. So it was a simple matter of resetting this one and it's good to go. Because, you know, no iCloud lock business. The rest of them, though, wasn't that lucky. This one, fortunately, came after all of that incident because I bought this one to replace this one. And so it's a big mess up thing. But anyways, he moved on to apologize that he cannot, well, Apple cannot make any exceptions regarding that process. I already knew that. So I asked him, can you at least tell me who to contact? That's talking about the person whose email address currently locked this. Because I bought it from a store and they don't know who sold it to them. Normal stuff. You don't require, especially where I'm from, my country, you just walk in a store and sell it. No one requires an ID or anything, as long as the phone is working and stuff. It's unlocked and stuff. You're all fine. You're all cool. And like I said, it was working with my account information until I restored it. Then it went back to then it defaulted back to whoever bought the iPhone first. If you can't fix it, at least help me contact the person who owned it first. Also, what about the iPhone I am using currently, which keeps displaying a message for me to use another Apple device to confirm this one? Is it going to shut down? Now, do note this question that I just asked. Is it going to shut down? Because he didn't answer that. because I can't go without a phone. I need one, especially since I'm not in my own country right now. And I said, just so you know, I don't have a security code. That's what locked me out of all of them in the first place. He said, we cannot provide the previous owner's details. Alright, that's fair. If you purchased from a store in this condition, you may want to consider returning it or exchanging it for another. Now people, you're speaking about a phone that came out in, I believe, 2015. Ain't no warranty from any given retailer, even Apple themselves, is going to allow you to return it or exchange it for another after such a long time. Not to mention the fact that I personally didn't walk into a store and take up this iPhone in its box and purchase it. Somebody did that. And after a long, lengthy process of this iPhone coming down across generations, it reached me. So how am I supposed to sort out all of that? But skip past that. So I said, just like if I bought it from an Apple retailer, you can't return the device after the warranty is over, stating the obvious thing like, come on. Plus, my bigger concern now lies with this phone. That's the one that is working. Since you can't help me with that one because Apple doesn't want to. That's literally why, because Apple can unlock it. They just don't want to. How do I fix the problem with the one I am using now? Surely you can do that, since this one is obviously in my name, because I'm talking to Israel. Look at the pic for details. By the way, it is probably referring to an iPhone 3GS, which is no longer operational. And since you can't fix the 6S, what am I to do about it? Because if you guys remember, it is asking deliberately for another iCloud device to unlock this one, or rather approve this one. And this is the only device I have on iCloud right now, as all the others are decommissioned. He says, after I just said all of what I just said and written it down, typed it to him, you will need to approve continued sign-in from another device. Pause. Pause. Did this guy literally just not read the last 3 to 4 messages I sent him? I deliberately said, 1. The 6S is locked. As a matter of fact, you can't even see the iPhone home screen. There's nothing on the phone. This phone has been reset so many times that even if they were worried about the previous owner's details being stolen, there's no data left on this one. Right now, I doubt if even the calculator app is left on this phone. That's how bare this has been stripped of all its properties. At one point, not even iOS was installed on this device. That's how much formatting this phone went through. So if they're worried about that, it's completely pointless. There's no way the owner's previous information was kept on this device. As a matter of fact, the device nor iTunes doesn't know it is locked until it is connected to the internet, which proves therefore that that information is not indeed stored on the chip. It is in fact stored on iCloud servers, which means that Apple can more than unlock the device. And all iCloud devices, as a matter of fact, because over the course of study, because I was trying to unlock it myself, if you remember from the other videos, and after trying it multiple times with my own methods and with others, I have learned something. The phone itself isn't locked. What happens is that the way iOS is set up, you can't pass the setup screen before connecting to the internet. We all know this, right? 2, you can't pass the setup screen once it's connected to the internet if the phone was locked. Not is locked, was locked. Because what is going to happen is that the serial number of the device hasn't changed. So if no matter how many times you reset this device, the serial number will always be the same. So will other very important numbers that I won't care to mention right now. And because that hasn't changed, as soon as the device connects to Apple iCloud service and delivers its serial number, the iCloud system sends back the information that, oh yes, you are locked, stay locked. Let the person type in this information. If you do not do that with this device, if it doesn't connect to the internet, it is perfectly fine. Mind you, you still won't be able to use it, but it just goes to show that the device itself isn't actually locked until it's connected to Wi-Fi. Moving on. He couldn't help me with the sign-in issue either. So I told him, he was saying, otherwise consider signing out and trying back if necessary. Told him, I already tried signing out, thanks to Apple's overprotectiveness, I can't. And I won't reset it either, lest it default to some unknown person like the other one did, you know? Yeah. Then I would truly have no phones, and I at least need one of the 6S's to remain fully functional. And then I went on further to explain the fact that I can't call Apple because no service is being picked up on the device that requires the approval stuff. And he says there's not much we can do in that case. Contact the seller you purchased them from at this point. Now, in terms of the iCloud thing, on this phone where it's just requiring an approval or a security code, all this guy had to do, literally, was just tell me my security code or tell me how to find it. Instead, he goes on babbling about, I need to go back to the seller. What does the seller have to do with an iCloud security code or approving an iCloud device? The seller knows nothing about this stuff. All the seller knows, he bought a phone, he sold a phone. That's all he did. He don't know nothing about my iCloud problems. So I asked him, how can you not fix what is clearly a software issue, which all began the minute both devices installed iOS 12.2? And I said, no matter, I suppose. And jumping down further, because it was a very lengthy conversation, like I said, he went on to say, I will submit feedback for this, and I encourage you to do the same here. And give me the link. And then he babbles on about Apple's thing. We really want our customers to be the happiest in the world, and are constantly reviewing the feedback we get to make changes to better serve you. The only way you can better serve me is starting by unlocking that iPhone 6 right here, or by approving that one right there, because I can't approve it unless you unlock that. So it's a simple matter, really. Or at least tell me how to find the security code. Now, of course, I'll learn to find the security code by just going on their site or going on Google and typing how to find iCloud security code. But the last time I did that, I got locked out of all my devices. So I'm not really keen to do it, especially since even though it's babbling about, oh, you need to do this, need to do that, it still hasn't done anything to this device. So I'm okay with testing it working right now. You can see it's still working, and we can unlock it and still functioning quite fine and alright. Wow, I never knew the screen was so bright. Oh yeah, brightness buff. But yeah, so you can see it's still working fine and okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as it's working, I'm fine. But my question to Apple is this now. If you can't fix the iCloud issue, because privacy and security is your motto, then at least allow persons to sort it out easily, because not everyone buys their phone directly from Apple or any Apple retailer. Apple needs to take this into consideration. Most of their profits do not come because someone bought the phone directly from them. Most likely it's a case where a retailer bought it by bulk from them and then sold it to another smaller company, and then that smaller company, which has no attachments to Apple whatsoever, sells the iPhones, and then we who buy it from that department, or rather that store, normal cellular device store, you know, you just walk in and buy it cheap, you know. You get the iPhone, you buy things off the App Store, you buy in-app purchases, you buy this, you buy books, you buy music, you subscribe to Apple stuff and all. Most of the money they earn through all those services don't actually come from people who go on the Apple site and press buy. Because unless you live in like the US, you don't go on the Apple site to press buy. You go on it to browse and see, okay, this is what it costs on the Apple site. What does it cost on eBay? What does it cost on Amazon? You know? So I think Apple really needs to address that issue. Take into consideration the fact that some people buy phones from eBay and may receive them locked. Some people buy phones from eBay, receive them fine and alright, yet a couple minutes later they're locked and the phone isn't stolen. Because there's a big difference between the phone being locked and the phone being blacklisted. This phone isn't marked as stolen. In fact, the very fact that I was able to sign in with my iCloud account and use the device for a while before I reset it and this whole issue started was proof that the device wasn't in fact stolen. And if it was stolen, then either Apple or the unlocking thing on their, what do you call that? Service provider website would have told me that it was blacklisted or stolen or any other thing for that matter. But no, it's not stolen, it's not blacklisted. The phone is perfectly fine, it just needs the password to go in and it can start being used again. So Apple, please take this into consideration for at least future devices. Make sure there's a way for persons who really and truly have no idea about the previous history of the device to actually use the device, because you will make money from this. And it's not like someone who lost, let's say you even lost an iPhone 10 years ago. 10 years down the line, you don't care about the iPhone number. Ain't nothing on the iPhone so important. In fact, if anyone did find it and was using it, you can rest assured that they would have reset the device. Ain't nobody going just walk around with all your pictures and stuff on the device. Come on. Plus, you can simply just go into Find My iPhone and press reset. It's as simple as that. Reset. And you're done. So please, Apple, take it into consideration. And as for you guys, it's been fun speaking with you. I do hope this issue gets resolved in future iPhones. Stay awesome, stay strong. This has been Devvy speaking about iCloud. I think this may be the last video I make on iCloud, unless I find a way to remove this thing myself. In that case, I'll definitely come back and let you guys know. But as it stands, the only way to currently remove the iCloud Unlock is, as a commenter said on one of my previous videos, typing in the correct information and actually just getting in the normal way, or by pulling up the phone and replacing the board inside it. Because that board, the number for that board is what's actually keeping the device locked. As I mentioned earlier in this video rather, the device itself isn't locked. It's just the services, or rather the security number, serial number, all of those numbers, especially the board number, that keeps the iPhone locked once it accesses Wi-Fi or any other internet connection and connects to iCloud. See you guys in the next one. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. We're looking to see if we can get to 25 subscribers. We're also looking to see if we can get to 25 likes on this video. If you guys want to support this channel, the link will be in the description down below so you can support. You can also check out the Instagram and Twitter down below as well. Stay awesome, stay strong. It's been your boy Devvy. Peace.